Kind of gives you an idea how desperate they are here. I think that kind of gives you an idea how quickly things can get out of control here.
Well, that's a wrap. I guess the feeling was that it was a little out of control and that we want to move on, but I personally am not worried. Ben's more feeling like it's time to go. But it's also time to go because of weather. So it's whether we leave at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. and leave. So
one thing I do want to say is compare what happened today to what we saw in Papua New Guinea, in the outer islands of Papua New Guinea. There they have a system of, what do they call it?
I think they're
What?
I think they're chiefs there.
Yeah, they have chiefs on each island. They have a president here as well, but the chiefs on the islands in Papua New Guinea are ruthless or zero tolerance. So if someone misbehaves or steals from a yacht anchored in front of his village, they're no longer welcome in that village. So yeah, it's a little stronger presidency there, a little stronger ruling than it is here. We did meet the chief on land, or the president here on land, and all he said was Malagasy.
And they're very lovely, and sort of you have a bit of an older group of people, and then a lot of young, very strong men that they're beautiful. They're like fit and crazy, and the elder people of the tribe are full of more wisdom and seem to be a lot calmer and very nice. And we've really enjoyed our time with all of them. But yeah, definitely is a disparity between the young blokes, as somebody might say.
I think if you look at the footage or review the footage, you'll see that they're laughing. There's a lot of play fighting. So I think it's quite normal for them to be doing this, but we're definitely not used to it, and we felt it was out of control. So yeah, we're gonna leave. We have a lot of packing up to do. The boat's a mess, but we're not really concerned for our safety. Not really, but we have our buddy boat right there, Rahua. They've been really good to have with us here as we've gone down the coast of Madagascar. It's not that it's violent in Madagascar, but it can be explosive, as you saw. The disparity in wealth is enormous. We have spaceships essentially out here. It's time to go. So we're gonna put the kids to bed and clean up, eat a little bit of dinner, and go offshore. It's all open right here. There's a little reef up here, which we're tucked behind, and then we're gonna just pop out there and head west across the Mozambique Channel.
I think it's that way. We're going that way. And the Mozambique Channel is not a forgiving place. It's a harsh place to sail, and you have to kind of pay attention to the weather. So we're doing that.
It's basically a drag race across the Mozambique Channel towards the African continent.
Before a southerly comes in and like crushes us.
Yeah.
Wapacha! Yeah, we need to be in cover for that stuff coming through, because there's now a heavy seas warning, and there's a little sea down there, a little cyclonic thing down off the bottom of Madagascar as well. So let's get under cover and let's pick ourselves a nice window and just do this properly. Over.
We're happy to do that as well, and we will see you in Bazaruto.
Perfect. All right, stand by 6-8.
Standing by 6-8.
Any last words, reflections on Madagascar?
No, I really like it here. I'm gonna miss it. It's like cruising again. A little hard. No shops. Everyone has very little. They have the sea, and it's more than enough for them. Sea and rice and manioc. Some fruits when they find them. It's beautiful in a way. They're fit as could be. It's like shocking. All this white crap we eat is crazy. And I'm looking forward to getting to an area where I can buy vegetables again. I know that's ridiculous, but yeah, it's been absolutely lovely trip through here. Very short and sweet. Yeah, a little bit crazy and also very super awesome. What do you think, Ben?
I think what everyone thinks, a somewhat abrupt end to our trip down the coast of Madagascar, but not unexpected. This is what sailing around the world is all about. We move when we need to, we move with the weather, and we move to keep the crew safe. You might be able to see our buddy boat over my shoulder. It's an Antares 44. We're a Lagoon 41. And we are so incredibly equally matched. It's unbelievable. How long we've been out here, Ash? 4 days?
3.
3 days. We're within a mile of each other. Mind you, there has been motoring, there's been motor sailing, but still, like, I don't know. We're within a mile of each other. I would say
That doesn't happen. That's never happened before.
this never happened this close before. We had a race across the Pacific once with a Naughty
Naughty Tech 40.
Naughty Tech 40.5, I think. And we were within 6 hours of each other. They beat us. But yeah, like sometimes you're really equally matched with another boat, and it's fantastic because you're just able to support each other out here if there's any issues. It's not a race. It's not a race. Unless there's two boats sailing together.
Fish on! What is it?
Mahi mahi.
Yeah! On both lines? Double strike. They look like they're tangled. Is it stop jumping?
Yeah.
Should we go over to Dada's side and see if it comes up? Should put it in the water.
Finally! The drought is over.
Put it in the water. Put the camera in the water.
Can't.
Put the camera in the water. That's a beautiful fish. Wow, big fish. Want to pick ya?
Got it!
Whoa!
Ah, dinner! What do you guys think?
Hey, sure. It's a sad thing. That's outrageous. So I was just asking Ben if he wanted to video him filleting the fish, and he goes to me, blood gets demonetized. I guess that's the way it is. So we spray. He's always spraying off the blood, and I didn't realize what he was doing, but it must be that. So turns out fish, these big fish have red blood in them. It's kind of interesting. They bleed when they die.
It's been thought-provoking raising kids out here. I remember the first time I killed a fish in front of them. I wondered what was going through their little minds. Death is kind of hard to explain to kids. I can't say I have an answer other than to show them. Let's face it, death is kind of hard to explain to ourselves. The longer we stay out here, the more we feel connected to our environment. The longer we stay out here, the more we feel connected to each other. The longer we stay out here, the more we feel alive.
And we have a lot of room in our freezer because our supplies are quite low. But it's been a long time since we've caught a mahi.
Well, we only got one in the end. The other one either got away or never hit. It might have snagged the actual line, the rod and rail, because the other one was on the hand line. But one is better than none. Let's try again. Bring up the RPM, sweetie.
Wow.
This is the teaser. I think this did it. What do you think, Ash?
Wow. That's true.
That's a teaser. So I got the bowling pin and 2 bird teasers behind it. And it just goes nuts. Like the bowling pin does the sporadic things, and the birds just whirl up the water behind it.
I wish I'd shown you this lettuce before I unrolled it, but I threw all the yucky bits overboard already. But this lettuce is a month old. It's from the Seychelles. It's probably more than a month old. It's probably like a month and a half old. And it's still, look at it, it's still good. We were getting good products in the Seychelles and it's lasted. The stuff from my yacht actually lasted less time than the stuff from the Seychelles. I have apples from the Seychelles that are better than the apples I bought in my yacht. And we have about a dozen apples left right now. I think 3 carrots, 6 potatoes, this head of beautiful lettuce, which is half the size as it was, and 2 cucumbers. And that's it for fresh. But that's amazing considering how long we've been out here, and we eat a lot of fresh food. So I stuffed my fridges full, and the things that keep the best are things like the iceberg lettuce or romaine sometimes, cabbage, but I don't really like cabbage, so I always buy one and then it's like the very last thing. I do actually have 1 cabbage in there, 1 small one. Cucumbers last surprisingly a long time if they're fresh, and those field cucumbers that are local to the islands last quite a long time if they are fresh. Broccoli's another one that keeps super long. Oranges last a while. We have a few oranges left. Ben's filleting a fish on the back step, and enough about me rambling about produce.
I think we did end up having a double header. It's just
One got off.
one got off because they always travel in pairs. Mate for life. It's really cool.
Oh, don't tell people that. It's the saddest story
So
ever.
we slaughtered the wife, and the male is going to find himself a new wife. Don't worry. It's a happy ending. Sort of. Something, you'll eat that?
Yeah, we saw whales. And
We've seen like 3 plumes, which are from whales. And then we saw porpoises, big porpoises earlier, so stuff's out here. There's a lot of plankton in the water too if you look straight down, so see if we see some phosphorescence tonight. Check out the sun behind Ashley.
If only we didn't have the engines running, it would be magical. We're not drifting out here. We are trying to get in before a huge system rolls through, but we have about 12 hours of buffer. So we're doing really well with it, which is good news. And we've had a lot of positive current with us, which is fantastic. It's been a really good passage.
We're just coming into Mozambique. We don't plan to stay in Mozambique very long. There's a lot of civil strife here. It's a beautiful country, I'm sure, but we're moving on south as soon as we can. There's a southerly front coming up behind me. You can't see yet, but by tomorrow morning, they'll be gusting to 33 plus knots. Right now we're doing between 8 to 10 knots, screeching down these waves with our big ass cruising code 0.
We are about to do what we always say never to do. We are going into an anchorage with the sun in our face as it goes down. And we've never been in here before. And there's sandbars everywhere. Hopefully the waves will be breaking on the sandbars so we'll be able to see them. It's fairly low tide. We're also going in on ebb tide, something you should not do. But we're hopeful we'll make it. Pete from the Royal Cape Yacht Club has been absolutely genius and totally helped us and gave us the confidence that we needed to go through here. Thanks, Pete. And I think we're gonna be okay. But man, I think we'll be a lot calmer once we're through the first dog leg. Show them where we gotta go.
So this is where we gotta go in. The problem isn't so much that there's rocks or anything, it's just shifting sandbars, and I think we've got it figured out by having marked the channel on satellite imagery, but yes, this is the entrance.
This is it. This is home sweet home. I'd say it's a little less sweet than some homes, but it's beautiful. Maybe the swell will calm down.
up 3 times because our little infrared alarms were going off. Someone had their outboard taken off their boat while they were sleeping here, so I've been putting out the alarms. But this is typical of a front coming in. It starts to go really, really calm, and then it goes gray, and then it's really, really, really sudden, these fronts. Check it out. There it is. Whew. We literally had 2 knots of wind a second ago, and here we go. Probably have 33 knots in a few hours. There's 3 guys in a dhow, a local dhow here in Mozambique, and their little engine won't start, and their dhows don't sail upwind that well. This front has rolled in, and they're not able to get upwind anymore. So just pulling it on the side shore with a big rope, and someone's pushing from the back with a stick. Mariners help mariners, right?
I don't know what's the wind speed.
Gusting 28.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you should go and try. But
I'll go try.
So Bodhi, where's your dad? Where's Dad at? Ben is indeed out there, and they're barely making it upwind right now. This is the front we came in to hide from. It is blowing over 30 knots now. Last time I checked, it was there was a gust of 37. So it's bad. It's bad out there. It's bad for those guys in the dhows. They're just trying to get home, I imagine. There's a little village on this island up here, and yeah. Let's hope the Highfield and the Yamaha can make it happen. I'm a little concerned about how much fuel he has. I'm not gonna lie. He kind of lifted the tank, and it was pretty light when he lifted it up. So he knows that. You know, it's one of those things that I said to Ben, you gotta go help them, and we're looking here and we're comfortable on our boat and our dinghy's up and it's epic out there and it's gusting over 30 knots. And then you think about it, and if it was you would want someone to come out and help you. So I think it's always good to do these kind of things, because it's kind of like this pay it forward. If you do good deeds will be done to you. And we've had a lot of really good, we've had a lot of really, not good luck, but we've had a lot of people help us a lot recently, and it feels like something we want to keep living by. It's absolutely something that we've been so grateful for in the past, and I'm sure these guys are super stoked to get a help upwind, because it was just so much effort they were having to put in to go upwind.
Thank you to Highfield. You guys make awesome dinghies. Thank you to Yamaha. You guys make awesome engines. You guys are making this thing happen. I just take the tools.
Have a good day. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know. It's one of those things like you help another mariner out. I don't care what ethnicity, what religion, what country you're from, you help another mariner out. Happy guys though, you know, they weren't miserable or anything, just it's their life. Yeah. Had nothing else to do.
Could make a video.